And welcome back to Ray and B. Dillard Field here on the campus of North Greenville University, where Christ makes a difference. Today, day 2 of the NCAA Southeast Regional for you. We'll get things started off with our first elimination game of this regional, and it will be the 2 seed, the Georgia College Bobcats, and the number 6 seed, the Wingate Bulldogs. Both these teams losing their day 1 games, and we'll get ready to play here at 11 to determine who goes home and who continues on with 1 loss. Grace Sutherland, Cole Bryson with you today. Cole, both these teams losing their day 1 games. Georgia College got jumped on by Lincoln Memorial pretty quick, and Lincoln Memorial never looked back, won that one 9-4. Wingate kept things close with Belmont Abbey yesterday, took them to 10 innings, but ultimately falling on a walk-off home run, and now they face elimination here today.
And I think Georgia College, Gray, was the biggest surprise out of yesterday's 3 games. The Georgia College team that did beat North Greenville earlier in the season, that we knew was a stout team and came in here yesterday, and as we talked about, really never even had a shot against Lincoln Memorial. Lincoln Memorial put up 5 runs in the second inning and never looked back, and this is a Georgia College team that looks to be fired up today, but like you said, this is win or go home situation. So for both teams, not just Georgia College, but Georgia College lineup we talked about yesterday. It's a lot better than what we saw it yesterday. All season long they've been, most of the team hits above 400. Obviously some of those averages have dropped significantly just from yesterday's game. Gray, look at the 3 and the 4 hole spot. But they still have a very deadly lineup, and they have got to get the bats going better than they did yesterday. Georgia
College will be the designated visitor team. Wingate will be the designated home team. Georgia College 43-11 overall out of the Peach Belt, winning both the regular season and conference tournament title. Here's how they will come to the plate. Nate Schmall will lead things off here in just a moment. Matthew Miller and Wesley Womack also due up. Batting 4th will be Brandon Purcell. Batting 5th will be Logan Maddox. Cal Gentry bats 6th. Brant Stallings will bat 7th. Batting 8th will be Garrett Green. Rounding out the batting order will be John Davis. Wingate will send a right-hander, Alston Turgon, to the mound. Get his numbers in a minute. And Wingate out in the field from left to right. Bryant will be in left field. Andrus in center field. Wynn in right. And in the infield from first to third, Little at first, Mellett at second, Branton at shortstop, Schneider at third. Turgon on the mound, and catching for him will be Llewellyn. And so now we'll take a look here at Turgeon's numbers.
Leading off the Bobcats, number 7, Nate Schmall.
As Schmall gets ready to lead things off for Georgia College here.
Gray Turgeon's a junior for Wingate, a 2.70 ERA, 5-3 record on the season, 13 appearances, so has allowed 21 runs off of 45 hits, walked 23, and struck out 50.
And Schmall comes to the plate batting .414. And he's already ahead in the count 2-0. So we are underway here for day 2.
A warm day here in Tigerville to start it off. The sun is shining down as of now. It is very cloudy though, but a pretty day, and the heat is upon us.
And it's not just the heat, it's the humidity that's out there too. 3-0 count to Schmall.
Schmall, after yesterday's performance, hitting .414 on the season, 169 at bats, looking for his 71st hit of the season. No home runs on the season for Schmall. Only 2 players in this Georgia College lineup that do not have a home run, and that is Schmall and Davis. So looking for his first home run.
Turgeon finally rifles one in the zone to not lose Schmall to the walk. It'd be a 3-1 count. And now the 3-1 offering. Off the nose of the bat, foul of third base.
Nate Schmall is leading Georgia College with batting average. Coming into today's matchup, .414, as we said a minute ago. There were 2 other batters in the lineup above 400 that have fallen below 400 in the past day.
Payoff pitch is a 2-hopper right to first, flip back to the pitcher, and off his glove.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
A routine first baseman to the pitcher catch. No good.
It looked like it just hit off the front of Turgeon's glove, Gray. I mean, he was there in plenty of time. It was a very nice flip. I don't think you can put that one on Mellett, the second baseman. That was a good little flip to first, and Turgeon just could not get his glove positioned right because it should have been an easy out, but all of a sudden Georgia College has a runner on.
And that's the first time Schmall was able to reach base in this regional. He went 0 for 4 yesterday against Lincoln Memorial. Well, now here's the first baseman, Matthew Miller, for the Bobcats. Miller coming in batting .405.
200 at bats. This is his 201st at bat.
He'll pop it up into right field. Here comes Wynn over for it, and he'll make the grab one away.
Good job there by the defense. Get that first out. Should be 2 outs, but we'll see if Wingate can get out of this thing without allowing any runs. That will go down as an E1, according to our guys in the truck.
And that just might be some early game jitters to try and get over with. Well, now here is the right fielder, Wesley Womack, batting .396 for Georgia College. Yesterday, Womack reached on a fielder's choice and singled for his times on the base pass.
3 home runs on the season for Womack, the junior. Out of Monroe, Georgia, Georgia Perimeter College transfer, 6'1", 190.
And Turgeon missing just downstairs below the knees.
Not a big lead at first for Small.
Offering on the way and lined off the shortstop's glove. Great deflection. He'll flip it to second, and they'll still get the lead runner.
That was big. That was a huge play out in the shortstop by Brett Branton because, Gray, if that ball gets over, that's 2 runners on, but instead he deflects the ball with his glove and gets to it in time to get that lead runner, and the lead runner didn't go straight because he thought it might be a out, and he held up a little bit at first, and that gave him enough time to throw it to second base for the out. But that was a very nice play by Brent Branton.
That would have been something fantastic. He almost caught it on the rebound.
Absolutely. Brett Branton with a big play at short.
Now here's the catcher, Brandon Purcell, up to bat. Was in the 4th spot yesterday against Lincoln Memorial. Purcell had a good day. 3 singles and a walk.
How about that?
Scored twice.
He was the guy who really we kept talking about, just kept putting the ball in play coming into today's game, hitting .383, 193 at bats. Absolutely can put the ball in play. Another senior for this Georgia College baseball team.
Strike 1 to Purcell.
Redshirt senior.
Wait, the 0-1. Misses inside, 1-1.
One ball, one strike. Ooh.
And that one bounces out. That one bounces off his back. That one hit him.
That hurt. He turned around and, like you said, Gray, turned in towards home plate, back facing toward the pitcher, and that got him on the back. So he'll take a base, and all of a sudden, even though there is 2 outs, Gray, you have Georgia College threatening with 2 runners on.
This is something Georgia College has got to do. They didn't do it yesterday.
Right.
They didn't get off to a quick start. Lincoln Memorial did.
Yep.
As here comes a center fielder, Logan Maddox, the righty, will step in. Let's see, Maddox yesterday, a pair of doubles for him and a run scored.
Another senior for this ball club, .403 average coming into this morning's game. So not a bad batting average at all for Maddox.
He'll take ball 1 down low.
Leads the team, does Maddox, with 9 home runs. He is also the team leader in the RBI category, 66 RBIs for Maddox.
And he'll line one foul right to the third base umpire.
And a base hit here, Gray. He might could get his 67th, as there is a runner in scoring position for Georgia College.
One count to Maddox. And he'll send one high over to left. Bryant drifting back for it, takes a couple steps in, makes a grab, and the side is retired.
Jed Bryant, freshman for Wingate, really did not have to move much. It came right to him, and the wind really didn't have much effect on it. As you said, Gray, he made the last out. So Wingate dodges a bullet, does not allow Georgia College to get one of those runs across, and we're still scoreless. But as you mentioned, Georgia College, they need to start threatening more. They did not do that enough yesterday, so we'll see if they can do it a couple innings today.
No runs, no hits, 1 error, and 2 left on there for Georgia College as we head to the bottom of the first. And Wingate will be the designated home team here for this first elimination game of the day. 34-18, 17-10 out of the South Atlantic. Wingate locking up one of the at-large bids here to the Southeast Regional. Here's how they'll come to the plate. Ty Andrus will lead things off. McCann Mellett will bat second. Tyler Schneider will bat third. Batting fourth will be Bradley Brown. Trent Wynn bats fifth. And Andrew Llewellyn bats sixth. Zach Little bats seventh. Jed Bryant there in the eighth spot. Brett Branton rounding up the batting order. And Trevor Guthrie will go to the mound for Georgia College. And Guthrie will come in with a 4.97 ERA, 2 wins, no losses. This will be his 15th game started and 15 appearances. Through 63 1/3, he's given up 95 hits, 40 runs, 35 of those earned. Walked 13, struck out 39. And opponent's batting .353 against him.
See if Guthrie can be enough to give Georgia College a win today. As obviously we mentioned a little bit ago, win or go home today. The loser will have their season come to an end. And Georgia College pitching yesterday, Gray, was something that we also were surprised about. Not just the offense, but the pitching, as we saw Georgia College have to pull theirs after two and a half.
2 2/3. Lincoln Memorial just jumped on them early, and they never let up. Not sure if it was a location issue or what, but
that was Charlie Hecht.
Yeah, that was Charlie Hecht. That was a pitcher who's had 11 wins on the season and struck out well over 100 batters.
So that was his first loss credited to him yesterday.
It was. So Ty Andrus will come to the plate first, batting .317 for Wingate.
186 at bats. He has hit the ball 59 times this season. 2 home runs, 20 RBIs.
Only reached base 1 time yesterday against Belmont Abbey, a single in the 3rd inning, so he goes 1 for 5.
Andrus Gray is a guy that Coach Gregory wants to see reach base a lot more, because the reason for that is he is 22 of 25 in the stolen base category, and that is very efficient.
That's what you like from your leadoff guy.
That's right. You mentioned he didn't get on a lot yesterday.
No, only once. 2-0 count here to Andrus.
That's a good pitch.
Now fires one down the middle, strike 1.
That's a really pretty pitch right there. Andrus may have been a little bit too close to the plate to turn on it. See if he'll back up just a little bit now, but that was right down the middle. Guthrie not having the best ERA coming into this ball game, 4.97 ERA.
And popped up over to right field on the low zone pitch, right to the right fielder. Womack, 1 away.
Womack did not have to move much, and he made the play to get the first out. And once again, Ty Andrus not on base, so they've got to figure out how they can get him on more consistently if they want to be able to put him in scoring position.
McCann Mellett next up. He'll be at second today for Wingate.
Mellett, sophomore, hitting .364, 154 at bats for him. 6 home runs on the season, 41 RBIs, 56 hits. He's fourth on the team in the hit category.
2 singles and a walk yesterday. 2 runs scored for him as well against Belmont Abbey in that loss.
Also a guy that can get around the base path. Not as many attempts as Ty Andrus, but 8 for 10 is Mellett.
1-1 count. Missing inside, 2-1.
Very nice crowd back behind home plate. Enjoying the sunshine as of right now for the 11 o'clock game. Very nice crowd.
He'll turn on this one, send it to straightaway center, but right to Maddox, 2 away.
Logan Maddox backtracked toward the warning track. That one probably about 5 feet away from the warning track, but a good lick by Mellett. Gray just a little bit short, and that's 2 quick outs and a good start for Trevor Guthrie.
Well, see if Wingate can get dialed in on Georgia College like Lincoln Memorial did, as this will be the third baseman, Tyler Schneider.
A junior for Wingate, hitting .335 on the season, 200 at-bats. This is his 201st at-bat, 67 hits, 13 of those doubles, 41 RBIs, and 6 over the wall.
Doubled and singled yesterday against Belmont Abbey as he'll send a low roller to short, throw to first, in time to retire Schneider. And Wingate goes down in order, 1, 2, 3. Here in the bottom of the first.
Great, that's the difference between today's game and yesterday's game. Even in the first inning, even though Lincoln Memorial did not score in the first, they loaded the bases, got runners on, and if Georgia College can set a more consistent tone coming out of this game, not allowing them to stack the base runners, they have a very good shot, but you've got to keep those base runners off, and they didn't yesterday, and they did a better job of that early on in the first inning.
So scoreless between Wingate and Georgia College here, and this elimination game, first of the Southeast Regional. Coming up next for Georgia College in the top of the second will be the shortstop, Cal Gentry, the left fielder, Brant Stallings, and the third baseman, Garrett Green, due up for the Bobcats when we come back here on day 2 of the Southeast Regional here on the North Greenville Sports Network.
Leading off the Bobcats, shortstop, number 6, Al Gentry.
You're quiet, but I'm working. I'm too quiet. You talk a little loud. We gotta go.
Well, welcome back to the top of the second, and before we can get back, we have a leadoff double here by the shortstop, Cal Gentry, to get Georgia College back in business here at the top of the second, and they're not playing around.
First pitch, a double for Cal Gentry. How about that? Not even taking his time at the plate, just swinging away, and I like it. The aggressiveness for Georgia College, something they really did not have a lot of yesterday.
That's Gentry's first hit of the regional, went 0 for 4 against Lincoln Memorial. Now here's the left fielder, Brant Stallings. And he'll watch ball 1 go by.
A junior for Georgia College. 348 coming into this morning's game, 132 at-bats, 32 runs, 46 hits, 17 of those doubles, and 37 RBIs. 6 times Stallings has gone yard this season.
Went 2 for 4 yesterday against Lincoln Memorial, a double and a single. One of those rare hitters to get a hit off of Lincoln Memorial. And Ethan Elliott, who went the distance, complete game for him.
This is big for Georgia College here in the top of the second. I know they haven't got any runs yet, but they're a lot more aggressive than they were yesterday, Gray, hitting those first pitches. They were pretty patient at the plate, and sometimes it cost them yesterday, but they've been aggressive so far and already a running and scoring position with no outs.
And Turgeon's been having some location problems here early. He's been falling behind in the count. It's been ball 1, ball 2, and then he gets his first strike.
2-1 count now. A good lead on second for Gentry.
And he'll send one on the line, foul down the third base side.
That would have been a run right there. That would have been a no-doubter. Would have definitely scored Gentry. Stallings, 6'4", 222 out of Buford, Georgia. Georgia Tech transfer.
Had to retrieve the baseball as it rolled all the way into the corner of the left field, and nobody moved for it. Another turf ball, 3-2.
Turgeon's struggling just to keep that ball up right now. He when he does keep it up, you saw what happened when Gentry got a hold of it, but a couple of pitches in the dirt, on the turf, if you will. Full count here.
Nobody out yet for Georgia College, and that one's going to skip away. That's ball 4 anyway to Stallings.
And Gentry is so quick. He got to third base very quickly. He is a guy who also can get around the bases for this Georgia College team. And now Georgia College, Grace, set up pretty perfectly, pretty good here in the second inning. With 2 runners on, no outs. This is a big inning for them. This is one of those innings they cannot not capitalize, if you will. They've got to capitalize and get some runners across. They can't just let it go to waste. They've got to turn some of these base runners into runs.
Yeah, you get a leadoff double, and then you draw the walk off a Wingate starter each here in the top of the second. You got to start scoring something. As we'll see the next to last batter through, Garrett Green for Georgia College.
382. Green has an average of, coming into this game, the junior for Georgia College, 199 at bats. This is his 200th at bat. 37 times he has crossed home plate, 76 hits on the season, 38 RBIs, and Garrett Green has homered 1 time this season.
And fouls the first pitch he sees away for strike 1. Green all or nothing yesterday, 3 strikeouts, and his lone hit a single.
That was a good pickoff move. The runner did get back in time, though. That was Stallings at first.
We didn't see a ton of pickoff attempts get away from the first baseman yesterday. Did have 1 or 2, but you got to be careful here early in the game firing some juicers like that.
And I may be wrong, Gray, but I don't remember seeing any successful pickoff attempts yesterday.
And here's a liner right to third. Boy, the third base runner has to get back. The throw's high to first. Georgia College is going to tag up and score 1, and they will send Stallings over to third and hold him there.
Tyler Schneider did the right thing at third. He grabbed the ball. As soon as he did, he eyed down the third baseman, brought him back to third, but the throw over to first was not good, and Zach Little had a jump for it, could not get it, and all of a sudden Georgia College on the board. That's a big break for Georgia College, still runner in scoring position.
And the second error of the game for Wingate will cost them a run. And we're going to have a mound visit.
That's a good timing on that. I think that's definitely a good idea. I don't know if that's Jeff Gregory or not, but Wingate coming out, calming down Turgeon. 1 error. Actually, 2 errors for Wingate so far in this morning's game.
Yeah, Gentry was the run that came in to score. Stallings from first to third on the air. Green also able to reach on the air as the throw is high and wide. And when we get back to play, as the umpire comes out to break up the meeting, last batter through the order for Georgia College here, John Davis. The DH rounds out the batting order.
A senior for Georgia College, 387 average. Definitely can hit the ball. Only 62 at-bats on the season, so has not played a lot of games compared to the other players in the lineup. 24 hits, 0 home runs on the season for Davis, but 15 RBIs.
Had a rough go of it yesterday, went 0 for 2 before being pitch hit for in the 6th inning.
That's right.
And he goes after the first pitch and whiffs strike 1.
Very aggressive as more of these Georgia College players have been today. That's one thing it's been a difference. They've been a little bit more aggressive than they were yesterday.
Well, they just let Elliott burn them for Lincoln Memorial, and
yep.
When you yield advantage to a pitcher like that, and Elliott had such great confidence yesterday, the way he was picking apart.
How special was Elliott? Went went all 9 innings.
Now Lincoln Memorial has the freshest bullpen.
They do. That's
out
right.
Of anybody to play yesterday.
Yep. That is true.
And in this regional where you have a 25-man roster and you got to be selective who you can't basically fill it up with all pitchers like you would during the regular season. The 1-1 count here to Davis. And the breaking ball's breaking too short.
Struggling to just be consistent is Turgeon, the right-handed pitcher that came into today's game with a 2.70 ERA. Not a bad ERA at all. 5-3 record and 13 appearances.
2-1 with runners on the corners. Back up the middle to second. Flip to the shortstop. Throw to first. And they turn 2.
That was a very nice play, and it all started from McCann Mellett. Dove for that ball, reached out, and just flipped it up from the ground to Brett Branton, who's been exceptional today in the defense and in the infield. And Branton threw it to first in time for the out. That was a very good double play.
And we have a 4-6-3 double play. Stallings does come in to score from third, so Georgia College will lead 2-0.
No runners on. Clear base path now.
And we're back to the top of the lineup card for Nate Schmall. Already, well, he reached on an error, that first baseman to the pitcher error back in the first.
A little high there.
Schmall coming up to the plate for back-to-back innings. And Georgia College sending 5 batters to the plate for the second straight inning.
Small grounded out last time, is that right?
They reached on an error.
That's right.
Send a high chopper right over the first. They will throw back to the pitcher. Executed very much better that time, and that retires aside.
He grounded out but reached on an error because it hit the pitcher's glove and just fell right out. So they were able to complete that play at first, kind of similar to that previous play with Small, but not before Georgia College does the damage.
That's the top of the second. Georgia College 2 runs on 1 hit, 1 error, and nobody left on as we on the top half of the frame. Heading to the bottom half of the second, Wingate went down in order last time. See if they can change that as they have their DH, right fielder, and catcher up. This will be Tyler Schneider. Or Schneider ended the first. This will be the DH. Let's start in the right spot here. Bradley Brown, Trent Wynn, and Andrew Llewellyn do up the heart of the order for Wingate. When we come back here on the North Greenville Sports Network. Back here for the bottom of the second, Wingate due up with the heart of their order. Brown, Wynn, and Llewellyn due up for the Bulldogs. We'll give it back to the Southeast Regional here on the North Greenville Sports Network. North Greenville will be playing today, coming up later as the first pitch popped up into shallow center. Shortstop drifting back for it and makes the grab.
I mean, he drifted all the way back pretty close to the center fielder, so he had a beat on it, so you got to let him take it. That's a good play by Cal Gentry, sophomore.
1 away, 1 pitch, 1 out. Next up will be the right fielder. This is Trent Wynn for Wingate. And he already takes strike one. And now the 0-1.
Ooh, big swing.
Swing and a miss, strike two. Win 2 for 3 yesterday against Belmont Abbey. A pair of singles, able to sacrifice in a run as well as he'll send a looper into right field. Fair ball, base hit. 1 out single there for Win, puts him aboard. And I'll turn things over to the catcher, Andrew Llewellyn. And Llewellyn, a new face into the Wingate lineup here for this elimination game. Did not play yesterday against Belmont Abbey, so he'll come in batting .273.
99 at bats. This is the 100th at bat for him. 5 home runs on the season for Llewellyn, and 19 of those hits, RBIs.
Facing a 1-0 count from Guthrie. And make it 2-0. Offering. Hopper over to short. Chance for 2. They got second. They got first.
That's a quick inning. Good job on the defense by Georgia College to get out of that.
And the Bobcats respond with a 6-4-3 double play of their own. And again, Wingate, 3 batters to the plate. And they go down 1-2-3 with help of that double play. No runs on 1 hit. No errors. And nobody left on after the double play. So we'll head to the bottom of we'll head to the top of the third. Pretty quick moving game. Georgia College leading 2-0, and due up for the Bobcats when we come back. This will be Miller, Womack, and Purcell, 2, 3, and 4 here in the Southeast Regional on the North Greenville Sports Network. And back for the top of the third with the first baseman, Matthew Miller, leading things off for Georgia College. Miller 0 for 1 today. Flew out to right. His first time up in the first.
Looking at this Georgia College baseball team, Gray, they finished so strongly on the season, really all season long, with a 43-11 record, 22-2 at home. They did struggle a little bit more on the road, 17-8, 4-1. In neutral sites, and 26-4 in conference play. So a very good season for Georgia College, and they sure do not want to see their season come to an end today.
No, they absolutely tore a path through the Peach Belt en route to sweeping the championships like North Greenville did in the Conference Carolinas.
That's right. Played the likes of Tampa, number 2 Tampa, saw a lot of good competition, lost that series, did get a win. Obviously saw North Greenville's second game of the season, won 7-0, did Georgia College. Played number 34, USC Aiken, won that series. Played at North Georgia, a very good team in North Georgia, won that series. UNC Pembroke won all 3 games against those guys in the regular season at Florida Tech. They did play Lander and Shorter. And then they also had some tough competition with Columbus State toward the end of April. Number 5 Columbus State won that series 2 of 3.
Yeah, all these teams in this regional very familiar with one another in some capacity. As a two-hopper to short. Throw on the money. And one away.
They did finish the season off at at Columbus State, and as I talked about, they won game 1 of that series 4-0, lost game 2 6-5, and then won game 3 10-6. Columbus State, a very good team, but just a stellar season, 43-11 for Georgia College.
And here's Wesley Womack, reached on a fielder's choice back in the first. Yeah, first offering, and first strike.
No runners on. With an out.
Georgia College in the driver's seat now, up 2. Much better start than yesterday against LMU. Now looking for the bunt down the third base side. That stays fair. They will try and throw him out.
Ooh.
And they got him. The first baseman stayed on the bag.
That was a close call. I really thought he might be safe. Zach Little, you saw him fall right at the end, but evidently he kept that left foot on the bag. But what a play by Zach Little at first. I thought they may call him safe, but somehow he kept his toes on the bag for the out. That's a very nice play.
And there's not going to be any protest from the Georgia College dugout, so that
they had a good angle on it.
Yeah. So here's the catcher, Purcell. Brandon Purcell hit by a pitch his last time up. And sends one to second. Good field there over by Gentry, or that was Mellett. Anyway, that is the side retired on the 4-3 putout. Georgia College goes 1-2-3. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on for Georgia College. We'll head to the bottom of the third. Due up for Wingate, we'll have the bottom of the order, Little, Bryant, and Branton when we come back here on the North Greenville Sports Network. And welcome back to the NCAA Southeast Regional here, hosted by North Greenville University. The Crusaders playing at 3 o'clock this afternoon. First, this elimination game between Wingate and Georgia College to be dealt with. And Wingate has gone down 1, 2, 3, their first 2 innings, and now the bottom of the order, Little, Bryant, and Branton will try and send more than 3 batters to the plate.
And Little's last at bat.
Yeah, and had one.
That's right. This is the first one for him. I was thinking we've already been to the
and
lineup.
Heads up. Lost his bat.
That ain't good. Throwing the dugout. So Little's first at bat. He's coming into this game hitting .302. Georgia College has been to the lineup, Gray. I didn't realize it wouldn't get us not. .302 average for him, 189 at bats, 57 hits on the season. One of those was a home run, 21 RBIs. He let go of that, didn't he?
Yeah, he just lost a handle on it.
Went back toward the Wingate dugout. The home dugout, if you will.
Too much power in the swing as he took strike one.
It didn't happen much.
0-1. And Guthrie fires strike two.
Good pitch. Now way ahead in the count is Guthrie. Has a pitch or two to waste here.
0-2 offering. Right back to him on one hop. He'll flip it to his first baseman, one away.
How about the awareness by Guthrie? Man, he just put the glove in the right spot, Gray, and he got it.
Yeah, those liners back up the middle, and of course the only thing in between center field and the batter is the pitcher, and more often than not you see pitchers get drilled like that, but that one took a pretty solid hop off the turf, and Guthrie right there to snag it. So now here's the left fielder. This is Jed Bryant.
Freshman coming into this game struggling at the plate, 158 average, but only 19 at-bats all season long. 3 hits on the season.
They'll send one to right field. Boy, that one's got some carry on it.
Wow.
And it's off the fence. Extra bases here for Bryant. He'll try and get 2. He'll slide in safe.
How about the freshman coming through clutch? Hadn't had many at-bats all season long, and that right there was his 4th hit of the entire season. So helping his average out a little bit. Hadn't had a lot of chances at the plate, but came through clutch today trying to get the Bulldogs back in this thing. And now, Gray, the tying run is at the plate.
Yeah, Bryant only on base one time yesterday against Belmont Abbey, and Wingate poised to try and get more than 3 batters to the plate there off the double from Bryant. And here's the shortstop. This is Brett Branton.
Senior for the Bulldogs.
Last batter through for Wingate, and he'll take strike one.
Coming into today's game, hitting .322. Pretty good hitter, 177 at bats, 57 hits, 17 of those doubles, 1 home run, 20 RBIs. Looking for his 21st right here, and he could get it.
Branton reached on a fielder's choice, scored a run, pops up the bunt, and catcher just lost it. Purcell didn't know where it went.
I didn't expect that bunt. That was a weird timing for a bunt, and he popped it up. Not what you want to do for a bunt, but I guarantee you won't see that bunt again now with 2 strikes.
Yeah, he's behind 0-2. The offering. Ooh, misses outside. 1-2.
Pretty pitch there. A little bit of framing done by Purcell, but could not get the call. Very close, though. Very close to the zone.
And a 1-2. 2 hopper over to second. Throw to first. Plenty of time. There's 2 away. Runner does move over to third, though.
Did you see what Nate Small did before that play? He was actually playing right on second base. I mean, right on second. Shifted over into the gap exactly where that ball is hit. That's a great play by Nate Small, the senior for Georgia College, being in the right place at the right time.
And now we'll go back to the top of the order. Ty Andrus, 0 for 1 today with a fly out to right. And he watches strike 1 go by. And on a liner into left field. That's going to score 1 for Wingate. And the RBI single will stand for Ty Andrus.
How about Branton Gray getting his 21st RBI of the season, cutting the lead in half, and now you have the go-ahead run at the plate. And that is the leadoff batter, Ty Andrus. We talked about him earlier needing to get on base. He's such a deadly threat. Leads both of these teams as far as stolen bases go and attempts. He can definitely get around the bases. You got to figure out how to get him on right here.
That's 2-1. Still Georgia College. First offering. Check swing as he lays off ball 1 from the second baseman, McCann Mellett.
He thought about taking that one, but a good eye there by Andrus for ball 1.
Pick off over to first. Georgia College, they've read the stat sheet too. They know Andrus is a threat to go.
Absolutely, and Georgia College still has Guthrie on the mound, but is sending some help down to the bullpen, if you will. They are getting some guys loosened up just down the first base line. A little early.
And Guthrie behind 2-0.
He wanted that one.
Now found one in the zone there, strike 1.
That was a good pitch, and Andrus thought about going for it, and he might regret not going for it now because it was a pretty pitch.
When you get those low and inside to a lefty like that, you like to try and turn on him as Andrus will go and high fly ball to right field. That one is out of here.
How about that? Ty Andrus. Just all of a sudden changes this ballgame. And that was Mellett with the home run.
Now he got that lefty pull on it.
McCann Mellett. That is his 7th home run of the season. And how about the effort by Branton and Ty Andrus to get McCann Mellett to the plate, the sophomore, and put it over the wall and take the lead.
Ball 1 skipping away from the third baseman, Tyler Schneider, now to the plate. 0 for 1 today, ground out to short his last time up.
Wingate leads 3-2 over Georgia College.
And here's a roper to left field. That drops for a base hit. I don't know what's changed that Guthrie's doing different, but Wingate's just starting to tee off now.
Well, Wingate has seen the lineup through at one complete time, and now they're starting to really hit the ball. Another meeting at the mound now.
They're going to bring the infield around Guthrie this time.
And there is some bullpen action going on. 2 pitchers right now. Bradley Kamek and Bradley Spinner. Both getting some action in the bullpen for Georgia College. Guthrie stays on the mound, though.
And the DH, Brown now to the plate. Bradley Brown. He'll take ball 1.
2 outs here in the inning, but not before Wingate went yard for the first time today and took the lead.
Yeah, Brown was able to double with 1 out. The single from Andrus and the homer from Mellett. Those 2 coming with 2 outs.
Well, that was so big for Andrus to get that single grade, to get on base. So we talked about how big it was for him to be able to be on the base path, and no need for him to steal. Mellett just said, I'll tie this thing, or I'll take the lead.
Make it look easy.
That's right.
Here's a 1-1 offering to Brown. Misses upstairs. 2-1.
Another meeting, and this time they're going to be joined by Jason Eller, head coach of Georgia College. He is in his 2nd season, Georgia State graduate, class of 1998. He'll make his way out there, and that might do it for Guthrie. I really would expect him to come out.
Now this is the same trouble spot Georgia College had yesterday.
But he's not. I mean, he's yet to come off the mound.
I don't think they would pull him right now. Had a couple of mound meetings, and yep, there he goes. Oh, he is done. He is done.
I just was wondering, as many as meetings as they had, I figured he'd come off, and he finally does.
Now, who's going to come out of the pen?
You've got two guys with the same first name.
Looks like a
I
3.
believe that is going to be Bradley Kamick, right-handed pitcher, a junior, 6'2", 175, out of Soperton, Georgia. South Georgia State College transfer, number 3, Bradley Kamick.
Well, he's the best they got. If you go by the numbers, Bradley Kamick, a 2.71 ERA,
Wow.
12 wins, only 2 losses. This will be his 24th appearance through 79 and 2/3, 85 hits, 27 runs, 24 of those earned. He's walked 23, struck out 95. That is second on the team right behind Hecht.
Very good ERA for Kamick, so let's see if he can come in and show Wingate something they have not seen, keep them off balance for a couple of innings. But how about the turn of events? Georgia College got off to a 2-0 lead, and a big home run by Wingate tied it up. That home run came from McCann Mellett, the sophomore, his 7th home run of the season, and now Wingate leads 3-2 in Gray. This is a game where the loser's season does come to an end.
Yeah, so we expect to see a few more pitching changes than we did yesterday, and Georgia College, they just cannot get through. They just can't get past the 2 2/3 inning mark, so that's going to do it for their starter, and they have brought a new man out on the mound. Wingate leads 3-2 here in the Southeast Regional. So new man on the mound, Bradley Kamick will take over from Trevor Guthrie. Guthrie will finish with 2 2/3 innings pitched. Gave up 5 hits, 3 runs, all 3 earned. No walks, no strikeouts. Gave up 1 double, 1 home run, and he will finish the day with 37 pitches thrown.
Full count, Gray.
Kamick working here to the DH Brown and having some trouble.
Outfielders for Georgia College really are playing deep. Maddox, Stallings, and Womack all just a couple of feet from the warning track.
Now here's a payoff. As the runner was going, and strike 3 called.
A called strike. No attempt there. Kind of surprising as Bradley Brown watches that one go by. That'll end it, Gray.
That retires a side. 3 runs on 4 hits, no errors. 1 left on base for Wingate in this big 3rd inning for him. We'll head to the top of the 4th. Due up for Georgia College, Maddox, Gentry, and Stallings as the Bobcats trail 3-2 to Wingate here in this elimination game, part of the NCAA Southeast Regional here on the North Greenville Sports Network. Back here for the top of the fourth, Wingate will take back to the field. Georgia College will lead off with their center fielder, Maddox. 0 for 1 today, flew out the left his last time up. And Turgeon fires right after him, strike one.
Going after him early. Turgeon, a junior for the Bulldogs. Doing a good job so far other than the 2 runs allowed. Just 1 hit, I believe. Is that right? 2 runs off of 1 hit?
Yep, for Georgia College.
How about that?
And they had another pitcher chased before he even gets to 3 innings.
Well, you got to give Wingate credit, just like we saw yesterday, Gray. They're being aggressive early on.
Liner foul and out of play. That one almost got to the top of the hill, strike 2.
Cloud cover as of right now. The sun's behind that, so a little bit of a breeze here in Tigerville. A nice day for baseball and a really good crowd back behind home plate.
As there goes ball 2 by. Well, had to play dodge the rain a little bit yesterday. Thankfully, the heavy stuff didn't show up until late in the 3rd game.
And the turf is just so big. I mean, I know several people have talked about this regional being played somewhere else, but you got to think, if this regional is not played on turf, you probably had a couple of delays yesterday, but just because of the rain. So this beautiful turf here at North Greenville is just very good for the weather. I mean, it absorbs the rain nicely. And for a couple of innings yesterday, Gray, we saw a good downpour.
Yeah, it's pretty resilient. I give it that, as a payoff pitch fouled away by Maddox. And, of course, here at North Greenville, let's see, baseball, that's turf. Softball, that's turf. Football, that's turf. Soccer and lacrosse, that's turf.
Parking lot's next, I heard.
Yeah. We'll try again, a payoff, and ball 4 misses inside.
That was really far inside and almost got a piece of him. So another runner on for Georgia College. The go-ahead run is at the plate, and that is Cal Gentry.
That's the 2nd walk issued today by Turgeon. This will bring up the shortstop, Cal Gentry. Doubled, stole 3rd, scored a run. Part of that E5 over on the 3rd baseman. So Gentry is listed as 1 for 1 today.
He was the leadoff in the 2nd inning, I believe.
And he hammers the first pitch right to the shortstop. They'll try and get 2.
Oh, they
did, yes.
How about that?
Man.
Shortstop for Wingate. You got to give him a lot of credit. Brett Bratton did not throw to second. Instead, he ran over, tagged the bag, and threw to first. And a good job by Zach Little at first. That's a very nice play to turn 2.
Well, they took it all the way. And just like that, there's 2 outs. And the bases are empty for Brant Stallings. Walked his last time up, scored a run. And he'll hammer the first pitch into right center field. That's going to find the gap, go all the way to the wall. Extra bases here for Stallings as he goes into second, standing up with a 2-out double.
We had a good view on that one. And that was a hopper off the turf, but also hopped off the fence right into the glove of Ty Andrus.
And that'll ensure the inning goes down to Garrett Green. Reached on an error back in the 2nd. And a runner on second here for Georgia College as they look to tie things up in the top of the 4th. And Turgeon misses from the plate. That got away from the catcher, and scrambling back is Stallings.
So good job by Georgia College so far. Obviously, Wingate did take the lead, Gray, but Georgia College battling back early in this game, trying to tie this thing up. This has been an aggressive game pretty early on. I mean, both teams trying to get the lead and take the lead. Couple of lead changes already.
Well, that was Wingate's MO yesterday. They kept it close with Belmont Abbey, and Georgia College, they just got down so quick to Lincoln Memorial. It's almost like a shock. They couldn't recover from it.
I really don't think anybody saw that coming. Georgia College was so highly touted coming into that game, and Lincoln Memorial did not act like they were scared at all of Georgia College and put it on them.
2-0 count here to Green.
And so far, Wingate playing well. I mean, 5 hits so far from the Bulldogs of Wingate, 2 for Georgia College. Seems like they've had more than that, but have been getting on base. 2 hits and 2 runs. Also 2 errors on the part of the Bulldogs as well.
Offering.
Uh-oh.
Line foul into the batting cage.
Could not tell at first. I lost it. That would have been trouble for Wingate if it would have stayed fair. 2-1 count now.
The winner of this game, well, obviously your postseason keeps going. The winner of this game will play 11 a.m. Saturday against the loser of North Greenville Columbus State.
So they'll play 2 11 a.m. games, Friday and Saturday. Loser of the 3 o'clock game today. How about that?
2-1 offering. Misses inside. 3-1. 3 games today as well. We'll talk about North Greenville Columbus State. That's coming up at 3. And then we cap it off with Lincoln Memorial and Belmont Abbey at 7.
Whew. Should be a couple of good games after this. Obviously, the North Greenville game, looking forward to that. Lincoln Memorial, Belmont Abbey game, if Lincoln Memorial still has the juice they were playing with yesterday, that should be a good one.
Yeah, how much depth do they have in their pitching rotation as this one's popped up foul? It's like the catcher going to try and go for it and can't.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, it was Georgia College yesterday who really just went through their pitching as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, they were one of a few teams that unfortunately did.
Had to really put 3 or 4 of them out there, I remember.
I think it was Pembroke who actually emptied the bullpen.
That's right. That was the last game of the evening. They just kept on having to go to the relief.
Yeah, full counts seem to be a common theme through this one. We got another one here with 2 outs. On the other side, Turgeon's almost out of the inning. He'll step off.
Taking his time is Turgeon. McCann Mellett playing close enough to cover second base if Turgeon goes back to him.
They'll throw the plate and popped up into shallow right. And caught by the right fielder as Wynn comes over to make the grab.
Trent Wynn makes a nice play out in right field. The senior ends the inning, so the score remains 3-2, Gray.
No runs on 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on here through that part of the inning. For Georgia College, as we head to the bottom of the 4th. Due up for the Bulldogs will be Wynn, Llewellyn, and Little as the Bulldogs lead at 3-2 over Georgia College here on the Southeast Regional on the North Greenville Sports Network. Back here for the bottom of the 4th. Wynn leading things off for Wingate. Bulldogs clinging to a 1-run lead. Wynn, Llewellyn, and Little due up. Wynn, 1 for 1 today. Singled his last time up. Then got called in a 6-4-3 double play.
He made the nice play out in right field to end the inning. That's a pretty pitch right there, wasn't it?
They'll take strike 1. Georgia College has already had to go to the bullpen. Bradley Kamek has come out to take over for the starter, Trevor Guthrie. Oh, high zone pitch, roped into left field. That'll drop for a base hit. And another single for Wynn. 2 for 2 today.
Logan Maddox coming over to make the play on that out in center field for Georgia College. Wingate trying to add on to the lead they already have, Gray.
Andrew Willellen, the righty, next up. He is 0 for 1 today, grounded into that 6-4-3 double play. That was a 6-hit for Wingate.
Not bad.
Yeah, looking for number 7 there, but missing.
And I know that the pitching, Gray, once you get to the regionals, all the teams are going to be better on the pitching and on the offensive side too. But Georgia College, man, it's just surprising the way they rolled through their conference and coming to this tournament. They can't even get the pitching to the last 2.5 innings, you know.
Well, it's not like they struggled with non-conference teams. They just absolutely ran through non-conference teams too.
Yeah.
And they were 6th in the RPI in all of Division II.
I don't know if it's the case of they're just not hitting their stride at the moment or the competition. Obviously, the competition's stiff in the regionals in the postseason, but just a little surprising the way this team played all season long. It was 43-11.
Sweeping a ranked Pembroke team, taking 2 out of 3 from USC Aiken. 2 out of 3 there from Columbus State. That was strike 3 against Llewellyn.
It's a big swing.
1 away for Georgia College here in the bottom of the 4th. The Bobcats, the away team. Wingate, the designated home team.
And Georgia College, Gray, trying to avoid losing 2 straight. The last time they lost 2 straight, dating all the way back to February 14th, when they lost 2 in a row to Tampa and then lost again midweek to West Georgia. So it's been a long time since this team has lost 2 games in a row.
And one of those bunts popped up foul. And Wingate trying to play some strategy and catch them off guard, as this is the first baseman, Little. Zach Little, 0 for 1 today, grounded out back to the pitcher. High and inside for ball 1. And Wingate started their regular season, what is that, 7 wins in a row?
Yeah.
7-0. They started the season 7-0.
Wins over Concord, swept that series. Beat Erskine, not a bad team. Team that North Greenville has seen. Florida Tech, Flagler, and
took
Valdosta
2 from Mount
State.
Olive.
That's right. That's also big. But you look at Wingate, Gray, they are on right now a 5-game losing streak, trying to break that. Their last win came on the 20th of April, and that was versus Catawba. So what is today? Today's the 18th, almost a month. It's been almost a month since this baseball team has won a game.
Yeah, dropped the last 2 against Catawba and then had to play them again, it looks like, in the South Atlantic Tournament Championship, and got bumped out of that after losing to Tusculum and then Catawba again and dropping it yesterday against Belmont Abbey. Liner foul down the foul ball down the first base side as Little faces a 2-2 count.
So both of these teams are very interesting, but Wingate right now has the lead, and as we said, a team who hasn't won a baseball game in almost a month. Their last win was over Catawba on the 20th of April. Before that, they lost to UNC Pembroke, finished the season off with a series at Newberry. They took 2 of 3 from Newberry, winning game 1 4-2, lost 3-4 and the second game, and then won 13-9 in game 3.
2-2 offering, right to short. Another double play coming up. Yes, sir.
How many double plays have we seen today?
Well, I've got 1. That was 2. And 3, 4.
Double play barrage. Man.
And that'll do it. That'll do it for us here through 4. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on. As we make our way to the top of the 5th, due up for Georgia College will be Davis, and then back to the top of the order for Schmall and Miller when we come back here on the North Greenville Sports Network. One-run game here in this elimination matchup between Georgia College and Wingate University, just east there of Monroe, North Carolina, right in Wingate, North Carolina. Georgia College out of the southern part of Georgia, Milledgeville, I believe is where they are located here, as Turgeon offers. First pitch hit hard in the left field, but right to the left fielder, Bryant. Takes a step, and that's one away.
Jed Bryant did not even have to move. It was hit right to him. So I don't want to say what I'm thinking, Gray, but this game's moving quite nicely. I made a mistake and said that before, but
now you done it. Yeah, now you really done it.
Jinxed us, hadn't I?
Davis there, 1 pitch, 1 out. That'll drop him to 0-2. We'll be back to the top of the order for Schmall, who has reached on an error today and grounded out to first. And he'll take ball 1.
Thought about bunting right there. Pulled it back at the last minute, but showed bunt. Interesting with nobody on base.
Hey, Cole, you know what's important about Monroe, North Carolina?
Let me think about it a minute before you tell me, because I know you know your random stats of all the places
That
that
one
hit
him.
them.
Yeah.
Monroe, North Carolina. What is important about Monroe? I don't know.
There's Quincy's there.
You would know that.
Yeah.
So you know weird stuff like that.
Now batting number 42, Matthew Miller.
Hey, you don't turn down Quincy's buffet.
Well, I don't turn down buffets at all. Just look at it.
Yeah.
One out.
Matthew Miller, next man up. He is 0 for 2 today. A fly out to right and a ground out to short.
0 for 2, Miller. Came into this game, if you missed it earlier, hitting .405. Pretty good top of the order for Georgia College. And how about Turgeon hitting the last batter?
Yeah, had a rocky first couple of innings. Had to face 10 batters through 2 innings and really settled in nicely since the second got by. 3 in the third, 4 in the fourth, and we're already 1 out here. And from what we've seen, we could just see our 5th double play.
I like double plays. We've seen a lot of them. You can't see too many double plays. I mean, it's just so much fun.
Next offering, high in the zone, a 3-hopper past the shortstop into left field. And Georgia College starting to pick up the pace.
That's right. That's a base hit.
They have the single there from Miller. 2 on, 1 out.
Now, what we have not seen, and I don't think we will see, but can we get a 3?
That's a triple play?
Yeah, wouldn't that be awesome? That'd be just special.
So this will be the right fielder, Wesley Womack. Reached on a fielder's choice, grounded out back to the pitcher today.
If we see a triple play this weekend, Gray, we'll be in. I mean, it can't get any better than that. Double plays are nice, but to see a triple doesn't happen often.
No.
Time is called, so a runner on second and first and second. Georgia College really threatening. The go-ahead run is at first base. Only 1 out. Uh-oh.
And a high fly ball over to right. This one's got the carry, and it's gone by 5 feet.
Georgia College just ties. No, they don't tie it up. They take the lead. How about that?
Right fielder Womack tees off and sends it packing.
Absolutely a nice hit by Wesley Womack. That is his 4th home run of the season, and it is 5-3. Georgia College on top of Wingate. How many lead changes? Is that 3 lead changes? I believe it is.
Well, the 3-1 shot there by Womack clears the bases. And this will turn things over to the catcher, Brandon Purcell, with the bases empty, still only 1 out.
And that is the 3rd lead change officially. Good game.
5-3, Georgia College leads it, and strike 1 into Purcell.
Good framing there by Purcell. That one was really, really low, but he just pulled that one up and put it right in the zone. Sometimes it works. You got to try it every time, you know.
0-1 offering, downstairs, ball 1.
Now, that pitch you can't frame, but one little closer, you might can get the call on like you did a minute ago.
There's a 1-1. Swung on, Purcell fouls it away, strike 2.
6 hits on the day for Wingate, only 4 for Georgia College, but Georgia College has 5 runs off of 4 hits.
High in the zone, popped up shallow left. Branton going after it. Instead, Andrus will make the grab. 2 away.
2 outs now, still no runners on for Georgia College after Wesley Womack cleared the bases. The junior was hitting .396 coming into this one, and he's probably creeping up near, what is he, 1 for 3 now? Womack?
Let's see, with the home run, that was his first hit of the day, so that'll move him to, yep, that is correct.
1 and 3. Might be creeping up toward that 400 average. I believe yesterday he was at 400, if I'm not mistaken.
Strike 1 here into the center fielder, Logan Maddox.
The senior.
And he walked his last time up and got caught in the 6-4-3 double play. And sends a dribbler over to second. Fielded throw to first, and Mellett Little retires aside.
A nice throw by McCann Mellett to get out of the inning, but not before the damage was done. Gray, how about this Georgia College team? Both teams showing a lot of fight. One team takes the lead, then the other will reclaim it right back. Georgia College is taking the lead. Let's see if Wingate can get it back.
3 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and nobody left on. For Georgia College as the Bobcats take the lead. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th. Wingate down 2. Due up for the Bulldogs, we'll have Bryant, Branton, and Andrus when we come back here on the North Greenville Sports Network. Back here for the bottom of the 5th. Wingate due up with Bryant, Branton, and Andrus as the Bulldogs trail now 5-3. First pitch swing right to the shortstop. Throw over to first, and 1 pitch, 1 out.
Cal Gentry to Matthew Miller, making it look easy, and you're right. Just the very first pitch will be the first out.
Next up, the shortstop will be Brett Branton. 0 for 1 today with a ground out to second.
Looking for his first base hit of the game. 57 on the season for Branton. Look at the outfielders shifting in a little bit.
Another first pitch swing over to second. Got it to first in time. 2 pitches, 2 outs.
Is that efficient?
That's
2 pitches, 2 outs?
That's about the best way you can do it.
That's incredible.
Now Ty Andrus, the last hope for the inning. Andrus 1 for 2 today, a single in the 3rd with a run scored. Flew out to right his first time up. And we'll take strike 1.
Well, we didn't get the 3 pitches, 3 outs, but still 2 for 2 is pretty good.
And that might be the quickest inning ever here at Ray and B. Dillard Field.
3 pitches and 3 outs. Wouldn't that be something?
Pitch missed upstairs, 1-1. Check swing, gets called strike 2.
So a 1-2 count. Time is called. I'm not sure what for.
There we go. High in the zone, and a little liner into right will drop for a base hit. So
that's right.
Andrus keeps it going. He's on base for the second time today.
Bulldogs trying to get a little two-out rally going as a senior gets on, and Mellett trying to come up great today. He is
1 for 2 with a home run back in the third.
That's right. The only home run of the day for the Bulldogs came from the sophomore McKen Mellett. Nice little cloud looming over Ray and B right now.
First offering, and swung on right to second. We'll go to the force out at first, and that's it. Side is retired there as Wingate sends 4 to the plate, but nothing coming of it. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on as we're through 5. We'll head to the top of the 6th. Georgia College leads 5-3. Do it for the Bobcats, Gentry, Stallings, and Green as they lead it here in the Southeast Regional Elimination game on the North Greenville Sports Network. Back here for the top of the 6th, Gentry, the shortstop for Georgia College, leading things off. Bobcats lead 5-3. This elimination game here on the Southeast Regional, Gentry, Stallings, and Green due up. Gentry one for 2 today.
Whew. Starting off with a very good pitch from Turgeon. We're getting Turgeon's pitch count in just a second, but he's got to be creeping his way up above the 50s. I would think.
This fires inside, 1-1. He's up to 70.
He's up to 70. So much, yeah. I was thinking around 50, but I was off by a good bit. So 70 right there. Not bad though. Top of the 6th inning, you're at 70 pitches. He's been efficient.
Oh, that's okay. You're past the 5th, so.
And as long as you can keep Georgia College off the board, you've allowed them to retake the lead, 5-3 now. But if he hasn't lost his command or location, I think they'll leave him in.
2-2 count here to Gentry. Offering from Turgeon. Swing and a miss. Drop third strike. Throw down to first. And that's 1 away.
Nice job there by Andrew Leland, the junior, to get out from behind the plate and make the throw down the first base line. That'll bring up Grant Stallings, Gray. Brant Stallings.
Hey, can you believe that's the first strikeout for Turgeon?
It can't be right.
That's what I've got.
How about that? First strikeout through 6 innings.
Let's see, Stallings today 1 for 1, a double and a walk.
Watch out.
As he'll hammer one to straightaway center. And
that's a no-doubter.
Oh, that was gone.
I mean, I could tell as soon as it left the infield, it wasn't going to slow down anytime soon. And, whew. I mean, he blasted it. Yeah, I know you were looking down and running in the scorebook, and I tapped you. I said, Gray, look up. This one's gone. It was absolutely a no-doubter. It is 6-3, Georgia College on top.
And that's about as long as you can go here.
Yeah, that's a nice shot. That was let's see, Brant Stallings. That was his 7th home run of the season.
Well, a double, a homer, and a walk for Stallings. Good day.
No kidding.
Here's the third baseman. This is Garrett Green. Reached on an error and flew out to right.
I don't know if Stallings will get 2 more at-bats, Gray, but let's see if we can get him a single and a triple.
They try to go for the cycle.
I'm telling you. Come on.
Well, he's still got the 7th, 8th, and the 9th because Georgia College is a visitor team.
They are. They are the visiting team, Wingate, dressed in their home brown. I don't know if that's considered brown. It's more of a
beige or
gold.
cream. I don't know what to call it.
With their white pants.
Yeah, that's Vegas gold. That's what.
Vegas gold.
The Vegas gold?
That's what we've been told from the truck. Georgia College, yesterday they were in white. Today they're in green.
Pop up first
That's in
base
trouble.
side. That looks fair, and it's going to drop right in between 3 fielders, and he's going to try and turn it into a double. On the
he
tag.
made a mistake.
He's out.
Yep, he was out. I knew that was going to be. Listen, that one was hit in the shallow. I mean, real shallow right field, and they made the throw down to second. But you like the effort, trying to get around. Garrett Green trying to get to second, but that was a good throw out by the right fielder. That is Wesley Womack. Excuse me, that for right fielder for Wingate.
And
That is
Wynn.
Trent Wynn, yeah.
That's a head and then out trying to stretch.
Well, with 2 outs, and high and inside to the DH Davis. Davis 0 for 2 today. Grounded into a 4-6-3 double play. Flew out to left.
And Davis is one of those guys that really has not had a lot of at-bats for this Georgia College team throughout the season. 64 at-bats total now for him. So obviously he did not play the whole season. I'm not sure if it was injury-related or just shaking up the lineup. But Davis is one of those guys that really hadn't got going yet just because he has not had as many at-bats. You could look at the rest of the at-bats in the lineup. Somebody like Cal Gentry, who's had 240 at-bats, compared to John Davis, 62. A big difference.
And Turgeon jumps ahead in the count 1-2. And trying to end the 6th, the top of the 6th. And a fly ball over to left. Here comes Brian in. He'll make the grab, and the side is retired. Well, how about Georgia College here in the 6th? 1 run on 2 hits, no errors. And nobody left on for the Bobcats through half of the 6th. We'll head to the bottom of the frame. Due up for Wingate. We'll have Schneider, Brown, and Wynn. That's 3, 4, and 5. As Georgia College leads 6-3 here in the Southeast Regional on the North Greenville Sports Network. Here for the bottom of the 6th, Wingate trailing Georgia College. And they will have Schneider, Brown, and Wynn due up. Schneider first to the plate, 1 for 2 with a single back in the 3rd, a ground out to short. And strike 1 right to him. And next offering is also strike 2. Only Bradley Kamek, out of the pitchers for Georgia College we've seen, he might be the most comfortable looking out there.
Yeah, and that was a good pitch right there, too. He thought about chasing it, but just a little bit outside. 1-2 count.
Makes the offering, swing and a miss, strike 3.
He's still efficient. Is Kamek.
Playing number 33, Bradley Brown.
And this will bring up the DH, Bradley Brown, 0 for 2 today. A fly out to the shortstop and shallow left, and a strikeout looking. And he'll take ball 1.
thought about going for that one. I think it's a strike anyways.
Yeah, it was. Worked the inside half of the zone. And that one missing low and in. 2-1.
You mentioned earlier, Gray, Bradley Kamek now in the game for Georgia College is the best ERA on this Georgia College baseball roster.
There's a 2-1. It makes it 2-2.
He had a 12-2 record, 23 appearances, only started 4 of those games, 5 saves, 79.2 innings pitched.
And a good snare right there by Kamek. Flipped to first, and that is it for Brown.
How about Kamek? He's been pretty good.
2 away for the right fielder, Trent Wynn. And he has been a bit of good news, bad news for Wynn. He's 2 for 2 with a pair of singles, but he's been caught on 6-4-3 double plays both times.
Senior has just not gotten lucky, has he, on the base path today?
And watch ball 1 go by.
Also doing a good job out in right field today for the Bulldogs. Had a couple over his head, but nothing you could do about that.
And ball 2 inside.
One of those was over his head. The other one was hit the center field.
Oh, he checked it, but it was strike 1.
That is a really good pitch. Kamek. Really throwing his stuff right now.
Kamek's he's going a little bit more with the speed stuff, but he's got a good balanced selection.
He does. Kamek and Womack shouldn't be allowed on the roster at the same time, Gray. That'll get your tongue twisted.
Yeah, that can happen. Here's a 3-1 in danger of walking Wynn. And that's ball 4.
High and inside, so he'll take his base. There's a Bulldog base runner. They need a couple of more. See if they can get a 2-out rally going. Bottom of the 6th.
Now batting number 8, Andrew Llewellyn.
Now here is the catcher, Andrew Llewellyn. 0 for 2 today, grounded into a 6-4-3 double play, strikeout swinging. Ball 1.
It's about the same location as his previous pitch.
One 0. Brings it down a foot and gets a called strike. The 1-1. Swung off, fouled away up high.
Oh, almost a catch out there.
Yeah, somebody almost had it.
Almost had it.
Good effort.
As I said earlier, it really is a nice crowd out here today for the early game.
Strike away from getting out of the inning. A 1-2 count to Llewellyn. Offering.
Ooh.
There you go. Appeal down to first. No.
I thought they'd appeal because it was very close, even though that pitch was way outside. But first base umpire says he did not go. That's Ken Fitz, first base umpire. Home plate umpire Gary Keller. Lindy Hall at second base, and Bobby Dunnigan at third.
There's a 2-2. Popped up foul.
Kind of dark out in center field, out in left center field as some clouds are moving in. Hopefully they'll keep on moving.
What are you talking about? I don't see that.
That's right. I see blue skies.
A 2-2, strike 3.
Got him swinging. Nice throw there by Kamek, the junior.
2 strikeouts for him here.
Yep.
2/3 down, 1/3 to go. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 left on here for Wingate in the bottom of the 6th. Heading to the top of the 7th, Georgia College leading 6-3 over the Bulldogs. And due up for them will be at the top of the order, Schmall, Miller, and Womack. When we come back here in the Southeast Regional on the North Greenville Sports Network. Back here for the top of the 7th, Georgia College due up with Schmall, Miller, and Womack. Schmall today reached on an error, grounded out to first, and has been hit by a pitch.
I see the first sign of precipitation, and all of a sudden, here it is. Here it comes.
Uh-oh. We're going to be in trouble.
Me and you are. Everybody else will be okay. We have to save our rosters and stuff. It has calmed down.
Wow, that showed up in a hurry.
Look at the North Greenville players over there. They said, we're getting out of this. They were all huddled up
too.
Down the third base line, and they are scattering. And look at the, here we go. Here's something to watch. The fans, well, they'll be scattering in just a second too. Umbrellas coming out. It'll probably stop in 20 seconds the way this rain's been all weekend.
Yeah.
A midday shower.
Called strike into Schmall. We've got a 3-1 count. And it's going to be issued a free pass here.
So a runner on for Georgia College. Miller to the plate now for Georgia College.
Miller today, 1 for 3, fly out, ground out, and a single his last time up with a run scored. And check swing, ball 1.
I mean, it is. It's here, isn't it? That's a good prediction.
I think this is what was messing up the South Regional with Delta State Mississippi College yesterday.
Send it back down there. I mean, come on. Throw over to first. One runner on for Georgia College.
Pitch to the plate, ball 2.
Bulldogs trying to get their first out of the inning.
There's a 2-0. Popped up. Center field. Second baseman going to call for it. And has it.
That was a good job by him to go ahead and call for it. McCann Mellett said, I'll take it because it was shallow center field. So he'll take that one. And that is the first out of the inning.
I'll bring up the right fielder, Womack, who is homered his last time up, grounded out, and reached on a fielder's choice. Womack got 3 for Georgia College back in the 5th.
Here comes Jeff Gregory, head coach of the Bulldogs. Assistant coaches Dusty White and Jacob Rand for Wingate.
He's looking out toward his bullpen, but he doesn't have anybody throwing hard, and there's no umpire trotting out that way.
No, I think he's gonna. I think you're right. I think they're gonna leave him in for now. Austin Turgeon, the junior, 5'11", 195, out of Athens, Georgia, Athens Christian School. He started the game, and the umpire comes up and breaks up the play.
I always love to see how long these coaches can milk the conversations for, because he broke off and started heading back to the dugout just about the umpire got there.
I've seen him before stand out there and not even
acknowledge him.
Umpire don't like that too much.
Here's Womack, ball 1.
Again, the rain does have an effect on the game, even though we're not playing on grass and dirt like a traditional field. We saw a little bit of effects of that last night. Remember how far we saw some people slide into second. You get a slide and start halfway through, and I think you can just slide all the way in, maybe all the way around third as well.
And it could mess with the pitcher's mound too. That's not turf.
That's right, and we did see that last night in the very last game third game of day one. The pitcher's mound got pretty wet, and they had to come out and put some fresh dirt on it and rake it up a good bit. And you're right, if this rain holds up, I'm sure we'll see that again, because Turgeon and, both pitchers, they want to have the mound just the way they like it.
Chopper over to third, going to try and get a double play. Their second, no throw over to first as the runner and shortstop collide.
McCann Mellett was there. He made the play at second, but Nate Small kind of slid into him, not on purpose, since Mellett was unable to set his feet to throw to first. That would have been a tough play to make it first regardless, just because of where the ball was hit. But Mellett did a good job of getting that lead run at second for the second out.
We'll bring up the catcher, Purcell. Only time on base today is hit by a pitch all the way back in the first. And he'll watch strike one go by.
Heavy rain still coming down.
0-1, 0-2. Two outs, the 0-2. A waste pitch missed inside and had it peeled down to first. He did not go, ball one.
Keeps the count at 1-2. Or puts the count at 1-2 with 2 outs.
Now throw to first, not in time.
So a runner on first for Georgia College. Georgia College does lead 6-3 if you're just joining us. So far, 6 hits on the day for Georgia College, 7 for Wingate.
Ball 2 missing down low, 2-2.
Also, Gray, Wingate 2 errors on the day.
Yeah, both of those were on just what you could consider routine plays.
Yep. Early on in the game, too.
There's a 2-2.
Whew.
And a hard hit, fair ball into left field. Georgia College extra bases here, might even score.
They'll send them.
They're going to send a runner. This could be a triple for number 11, Purcell. He's into third and scores a run to boot.
How about Brandon Purcell, the senior? Just a hard hit ball down the third base line, and you're right, it did. It kind of got trapped in the fence, bounced off, took a weird bounce, and it was a little bit of trouble for for Jed Bryant in left field. But a run scores, and it is 7-3 with a runner on third, and we'll have another meeting at the mound now. This time the umpire is going to run out to the bullpen as the rain is brutal. I mean, it is coming down as hard as it has all weekend.
Did you bring an arc?
I hope so. I mean, it is coming down. Unbelievable. 7-3. As we're having a little fun out here with the outfielders from Wingate trying to stay dry. You got to get this. Look at this. This is awesome. Providing a little cover out in center field.
Do what you got to do.
Wingate trying to cover over their center fielder, Ty Andrus, and keep him dry.
Oh, man, now it's just blowing in.
It is blowing in. It's getting wet.
34 is going to be the new pitcher for Wingate.
That is going to be number 34, Lane Wildman, the junior right-handed pitcher.
And Lane Wildman will come in with a 4.74 ERA, 2 wins, 3 losses. This will be his 20th appearance through 24 2/3. 26 hits, 13 runs, all of those earned. Walked 5 and struck out 27.
Junior out of Virginia Beach, Virginia. Frank W. Cox transfer.
And that will be the end of the day for Turgeon. 6 2/3 innings pitched. 7 hits, 7 runs allowed, 6 of those earned. Walked 3, struck out 1. One wild pitch hit 2 batters, gave up 2 doubles, a triple, 2 home runs, and he'll go the day with 96 pitches.
How about our rain performers out in center field? That's good job.
Yeah. Man.
Good performance out here in center field by them. As we're starting to get a little bit of that rain now. Well, somebody turned it off.
They found a switch.
I'm telling you. All of a sudden, it just went from downpour to nothing. That was fun out there in center field. Ty Andrus and his cohorts, Trent Wynn and Jed Bryant, trying to stay dry. I don't know how successful they were, but there are 2 outs here in the inning.
Yeah. It's on our North Greenville.
Well, now we got to get back going with the center fielder. This is Maddox. And just for a point of reference, you can watch these at youtube.com/North Greenville Sports Network. There goes ball 1.
So a 1-0 count, 2 outs. Wingate trying to get out of this inning. It is 7-3. Both teams have totaled 7 hits on the day.
Oh, the 1-0.
Uh-oh.
Hard hit left field. That'll drop for a base hit. Easily scores Purcell from third, and Georgia College continuing to pour it on.
That's a big hit there to score that extra run. Now all of a sudden, an 8-3 ball game, Gray. We knew that this game was going to be important. The loser goes home, obviously, and hate that Wingate's down right now. They're still in good spirits, but Georgia College, as you said, still pouring it on.
And Wildman just left it hanging high in the zone, and Maddox there waiting for it. And we'll turn things over to the shortstop, Gentry, 1 for 3 today with a double as his hit in the second. And ball 1.
1 ball, no strikes. 8 hits now for Georgia College on the day. Runner on first.
And this is the Georgia College offense that we expected to see yesterday, and
Yep.
this is it looks like they're certainly back to their regular season form.
Just what they've done, Gray, is every inning, just about every inning, they've gotten base runners on, put pressure on the Wingate pitcher. They did that to Turgeon, and they've done a good job of getting those around. Like you said, 8 runs, big difference from yesterday.
Yeah, Wildman's starting to struggle a little bit, missing downstairs, 2-1.
Rain came in, and this has probably been the slowest inning we've had. Rain might have had something to do with that.
Ball 3.
Wildman struggling to find the zone. A little action going down once again toward the bullpen.
Runner goes from first as a little slow roller to second. They get the runner at first, and the side is retired.
But once again, not before Georgia College adds to their total. They lead 8-3, Gray.
2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, 1 left on there for the Bobcats. Time to stretch here in the rain at Ray B. Dillard Field. We'll head to the bottom of the 7th. Due up for Wingate in the bottom frame. It'll be the bottom of the order. Little, Bryant, and Branton when we come back with Georgia College leading 8-3 here on the North Greenville Sports Network. Well, apparently that's going to be our rain shower that just passed through because
The one and done?
yeah, the sprinklers are off now.
No more for the day, right?
Georgia College leads. I hope not. Georgia College leads 8-3 over Wingate. Bottom of the order due up for the Bulldogs. Little, the first baseman, leads things off and takes ball one. 0 for 2 performance today for Little here in this elimination game.
Little offense from him. Uh-oh.
Well, he might have some here. He'll send it to right field, but caught on the run and went away.
That'll bring up Jed Bryant, the freshman.
Bryant 1 for 2. He doubled back in the third and with a run scored.
That's right, he did. He was the one that stretched it. I mean, that was really a close play, and he got in safely.
The loser of this game is eliminated from this double elimination regional. 2 losses, and you're out. Winner will take on the loser of the game up next between North Greenville and Columbus State.
So the winner will obviously stick around and watch a little bit of that 3 o'clock game between North Greenville and Columbus State. Columbus State also a 40-win team.
There they are. You're going to have a pair of 40-win teams coming up next.
That should be the recipe for a good baseball game.
A 1-1 offering. In and out of the catcher's glove, 2-1. Ball 3.
The rain starting to pick up once again pretty heavy. Let's get it to blow out in the opposite direction.
It's just any other direction, please.
Here we go.
Strike 2.
Foul. Thought that one might stay fair. So a full count. 1 out here in the inning. Georgia College, as we talked about, a much better performance today than in day 1.
And a sharply hit ball past the third baseman. That is indeed a fair ball. And sliding into first. I hope he's okay. Kind of took an awkward slide, Bryant did, into the bag.
Well, that was a tough play to make, and I don't know if that'll be an error or what. That's going to give him a hit.
Down as a hit.
I think that's the right call because Garrett Green, that's a tough play to make. He had to turn 180 and then backhand that ball and field it. That was a tough play, but a good effort.
Now look over there on the hillside what we got going on. Had a 4-legged friend just get retrieved.
2 of them.
Yeah. Yeah, here we go. Back to action. As the shortstop Branton digs in. Bryant will stay in at first. Ball 1 to him.
So a 1-0 count with 1 out.
There's a strike.
A 5-run game. The Bulldogs are down, and they don't have much time in the 7th inning, bottom of the 7th.
Offering strike 2.
They've got 8 more outs, and that's it.
One-two count to Branton. And he'll send it back up the middle. Covered by the second baseman. Flip to the first and didn't get the play at first.
That was a bang play. Obviously, it was a no-doubter at second. But Ken Fitz, the first base umpire, says he was safe at first. So that brings us to 2 outs in the inning.
They catch Bryant at second. Branton able to reach on the fielder's choice. And this will turn things over to Ty Andrus, who is 2 for 3 today, a pair of singles.
Pretty good day for him offensively, and a lot of speed on the base path we talked about earlier in the game, but also in center field. He's done a nice job out there as well.
Up high for ball 1. 1-0. Low and away, 2-0. Duo offering. Called strike, low and away corner. Gonna make Kamek work for it.
Sideways rain right now here at Ray and B. Dillard Field.
Oh, good hit there by Andrus. He'll send it
good
into
hit.
left field. And the lead runner heading to third. Here comes a throw in. And he goes to second. Everybody's safe.
Corners covered for the Bulldogs. They still trail by 5. They have not scored since the third inning.
Now batting, second baseman, number 9.
So we'll see if they can get a little rally going. You don't have to get them all back now, but like I said, not much time to work with. You have to certainly start working into that lead.
And a hard out to get here will be Mellett up. He is homered and his only hit for the day, 1 for 3. Gonna have an infield meeting here too. Off of cleats.
Probably getting pretty muddy, as we talked about. We saw that last night. See if we can get through this game and wait till the break to do the maintenance.
And there's a lefty, Mellett, 1 for 3, takes ball 1.
Whew. Coming down.
And a foul off the third base side, tracking, and dropped it. Third baseman over there for Georgia College can't hang on.
Absolutely coming down. We're in the 7th inning still. Wingate trying to mount the comeback.
There's a 1-1. Missed outside, 2-1. How's that song go to Smoky Mountain Rain Keeps On Falling?
I'll tell you what. It is coming.
I wish I could hitchhike to Knoxville. Off the nose of the bat to second.
Good stop.
Cover to the shortstop, and that's it.
That's a really nice stop at second base to get out of the inning. Whew.
Side is retired there for Wingate. No runs on 2 hits. No errors, 2 left on here to end the 7th. And I think it's getting so bad enough out there, they're going to stop it here. We're through 7. We'll head to the top of the 8th.
But not before a delay.
Yep. Georgia College due up when we get back to action here. Will be Stallings, Green, and Davis as everybody runs for cover here. Georgia College leading 8-3 here in the Southeast Regional. Montevallo will take on Northern or Nova Southeastern. On to the Midwest region, Illinois Springfield will take on Quincy. Southern Indiana will take on Ashland. And Hillsdale will take on Ohio Dominican. And Bellarmine will take on Northwood. That's the Midwest. On to the East, we have New Haven will take on Southern New Hampshire. St. Thomas Aquinas will take on Lemoyne. Franklin Pierce waiting for the loser of Game 6 between St. Thomas Aquinas and Lemoyne. And Wilmington will take on Merrimack out of the East. On to the Central region. Emporia State will take on Augustana, South Dakota. Central Missouri will play St. Cloud State. Southern Arkansas takes on Pittsburgh State. Oklahoma Baptist takes on Central Oklahoma. And we have one more region to get to, but we're just about ready to get back underway. So we'll pick things back up here in the top of the 8th. Georgia College Wingate University as the Bobcats lead at 8-3. Leading off the inning, Stallings, Green, and Davis. And after the rain delay, a new pitcher has come onto the mound for Wingate.
That is Wingate number 19, Josh Carklin. Sophomore right-handed pitcher for the Bulldogs. He is a sophomore, as I said, 6'1", 170, out of Waxhaw, North Carolina. Cuthbertson, North Carolina.
And he just picked up his first out, getting Stallings to ground out to short. That's one away. Next up will be the third baseman, Garrett Green, who is reached on an error today, flown out to right, and he singled his last time up back in the 6th.
Just a reminder for those that were not with us earlier on, Garrett Green did come into today's game, hitting 382, 199 at bats, 1 home run, 38 RBIs.
And he'll take ball 1 low and away. Carklin will come in with a 3.66 ERA, 3 wins, 1 loss. This will be his 19th appearance. He's walked 12 and struck out 15 as he has gone 19 2/3. Two-0 count to Green. And this is inside, 3-0. Through, 5 pitches thrown, only 1 was a strike, and that was the ground out from Stallings.
Two balls and 1 strike and 1 out here in the 8th.
2-1 offering. Or no, that was a 3-0 offering. And that was ball 4.
Yeah, scoreboard said 2-1, but obviously that was ball 4, and that means that he will take his base. So unable to find the strike zone as of right now is Carklin. Brendan Holler,
And
senior, up to the plate now for Georgia College.
And this is a pitch hitter
It is.
for the DH Davis.
We saw that yesterday, Gray. Pinch hit for Davis. See it again today, and again that's 17, Brendan Holler. Red shirt senior is Holler. 6'2", 200 pounds, out of Gilroy, California.
1-1 count to him here in the top of the 8th.
So 1's across now.
Offering on the way. Low and away, ball 2.
Interesting to see how the pitcher will get back into a rhythm. Obviously, this is a new pitcher, but still, that rain delay was every bit of 30 minutes, so we'll have to see how that affects the pitcher.
And Wingate not wanting to chance it. And putting the same guy back out there. As a swing and a miss for strike 2.
So 2-2 now. Is the humidity set in, hadn't it, Gray? After that rain.
Yeah, don't tell me twice.
Man.
Two offering. Strike 3. Got him to chase.
Josh Kirkland with his first strikeout.
That'll put 2 away and send us back to the top of the order for Nate Schmall. Schmall has walked today, has been hit by a pitch, and both times he got on there, he has scored.
2 outs now in the inning.
Wait on the offering. Outside, ball 1.
Garrett Green on first base had a little lead right there on first and jumped off trying to get the catcher to throw down. Georgia College still trying to tack on to the lead that they have.
There's a 1-0 offering. Still outside, 2-0.
Getting behind in these first couple of at-bats since the rain delay.
A 2-0 offering in the turf, 3-0. Boy, Wingate just does not have it after that.
Yeah.
After that stoppage.
Josh Kirkland is just the sophomore right-handed pitcher struggling a good bit to find the strike zone consistently. His location is off.
Fires a 3-0 into the lefty. Right down the middle, strike 1.
Again, North Greenville will be playing in the next game. Scheduled start time was 3 p.m. That may be pushed back now because of the rain delay. But the Crusaders will be in action up next.
Well, let's see what we got here for the 3-1. Haller fires. Ball 4.
Wow, that's 4 straight balls, and he has not thrown a lot. I mean, he just came into the game, and now the catcher is going to come out and talk to him. But like we said, he's unable to find his stuff so far. He's just struggling big time, and now the entire infield will come out as well. That puts 2 runners on for Georgia College. Wingate just trying to stop the bleeding. It is 8-3. Wingate has 9 hits on the day, 1 more.
And they're going to pull him.
1 more than Georgia College has. So yeah, he will come out. That will be the end of the day for him. He never found his groove, and his day was a short day. 16 pitches is what his total will be. So that did not last long, and we'll have a new pitcher coming out of the bullpen for the Bulldogs of Wingate. Finished the season 34-18, 17-10 in the Southern Atlantic Conference, and this is going to be number 44 for Wingate. That will be Jimmy Doolittle, the senior. He is a righty for the Bulldogs, and
that's a name I remember very well from the last time North Greenville went to a regional up in Thomasville, North Carolina. If I remember right, he had a perfect game going against North Greenville until the 8th inning.
Well, he is a redshirt senior, 6'7", 260, out of Charlotte, North Carolina. And we'll get some stats on him, but that is Jimmy Doolittle. And just a tall guy, really is. He comes into the game with a 4.75 ERA, 3-0 on the season. Is Doolittle, 9 appearances, 6 of those he started, 30.1 innings pitched. He has given up 21 hits, allowed 16 runs, 16 of those earned, all 16 earned, and 22 base on balls. He has struck out 32. So your new pitcher is number 44, Jimmy Doolittle, the redshirt senior for the Bulldogs. coming in, and if you're also just joining us, this is an elimination game. The loser will go home, and right now the Bulldogs of Wingate are the ones that are trailing. So a tall task for them in the next 2 innings. But Gray, they trail 8-3 right now, so this is important to get out of this inning because there are 2 runners on for Georgia College.
I understand why you got to pull the pitcher there. You can't afford to have it get any worse for you. And after
right.
2 walks there,
he never found his command. So you got to pull him and see if somebody else can get you out of this inning. There are 2 outs in the inning. See if you can get out of it. Gray Sutherland, Cole Bryson with you this afternoon here on the North Greenville Sports Network. Gray, here's Doolittle's first pitch for the Bulldogs.
And it'll go into the first baseman, Matthew Miller, for Georgia College. Miller with a single as his sole hit today. And Doolittle fires ball 1. I want to see how Doolittle has improved. This was North Greenville's only other regional trip was several years ago, and at best Doolittle was only a sophomore, and that was, again, at least 2-3 years ago, so I want to see how he's improved.
That's a pretty pitch there.
Fires a good one in.
So he was throwing a perfect game last time you saw him, and you want to see how he's improved.
Yeah, yeah, see if he can do any better. Well,
I don't know what.
He had a perfect game going until it was the 7th or 8th inning.
Wow.
And Alan Staten, I think, broke it up. Here's a 1-1.
He went.
Check swing.
Looked like he went around.
I believe he did. Yes, he did. Strike 2.
So a 1-2 count now. Just one more strike is all the Bulldogs need.
1-2. Misses ball 2.
A little low on that. Top of the 8th inning.
Two offering. Gets away from the catcher. Runners advance.
So Georgia College now has 2 runners in scoring position.
And things are a pitch away from being loaded. A full count here with 2 outs. Doolittle got decision time here with Miller.
Look at that third baseman trying to be sneaky.
And inside, ball 4.
Not a good start for Doolittle. He will have the bases juiced. Duck pond is full, if you will, with 2 outs. Good thing is there's a force at every bag now.
And you're going to turn things over to one of the 2 guys who's hit a home run today for Georgia College, the right fielder Wesley Womack.
And his was the one that really busted the game open. A 3-run home run, and he's been electric today. Let's see if he can do it one more time with the bases loaded.
Also reached on a fielder's choice today. And ball 1 from Doolittle. Well, if they end the inning, I'd tape these rosters down, but can't seem to get out of things here.
Almost there.
1-0. Ball 2.
Holy cow. That was a nice pitch. It must have just been a tick high for the liking of Gary Keller, the home plate umpire. Really was a good pitch.
Here we go. 2-0. In the turf, 3-0.
And it's not just one pitcher. Jimmy Doolittle has come in the game now, Gray, for Wingate, and he struggled as well. So these Wingate pitchers, since the rain delays, just have not found their stride.
It's threatening to walk in a run for Georgia College. 3-0 offering, got to get one in, does, and saves the day, at least for the moment, with strike one.
It's a good pitch just right down the middle, and it's a good job to lay off of it because you 3-0 count, you're not swinging.
There's a 3-1. Hit well to right. That one's going to drop for a base hit, go all the way to the fence. 2's in for Georgia College. They're going to try and make it 3. Around third goes number 42. That's Miller. And it is a 3 RBI double for Womack.
Womack, who has just had a great day, the junior, sends 3 runs in, and all of a sudden this game is trending in the wrong direction big time for the Bulldogs of Wingate. 11-3 is the score.
And the inning will trudge on for Georgia College. The catcher, Brandon Purcell, next man up. He tripled his last time up.
Another senior for Georgia College.
And they're going to pull Doolittle.
How about that? The pitchers just are not lasting long at all.
Your scores don't go to double digits.
So 11-3 is the score.
Because your score doesn't go to double digits.
So here we go. We do have a new pitcher.
That's what I'm saying.
That's a second
10?
one.
I'm going to put up.
Might be number 10, and it is. That is going to be Danny Dunning, the junior. So for the Bulldogs, we'll get the statistics for him. He comes into the game with a 6.75 ERA, 6 appearances, 5.1 innings pitched, giving up 3 hits, 4 runs, all 4 of those earned, 6 base on balls, and 2 strikeouts. So not a ton of action over the year for Danny Dunning. He has not seen the field a ton. He's a right-handed pitcher, redshirt junior, 6'0", 205 out of Mint Hill, North Carolina, Rocky River. So he will come in and try to stop the bleeding for the Bulldogs.
Well, and the pitching has just been flat for Wingate. 1 out only recorded since the rain delay for the Bulldogs, and now they're down 8.
Well, we knew this Georgia College team, Greg. We talked about it yesterday before their game. We knew their lineup was so good, and we expected to see it yesterday. We didn't quite see it yesterday, but today we certainly have. 11-3 is the score of the ball game. So just a magnificent effort by this Georgia College offense.
Yeah, spent a lot of Lincoln Memorial game talking about their mid to high 300 batting average, including some guys that were starting to get up into the mid 400s, but they're proving it why today.
This team was just too talented to go 2 straight days without getting those bats going. You thought they would do it yesterday, but they have today and have done it consistently.
3 walks and a double this inning for Georgia College. They've plated 3 more runs.
2nd, 5th, 6th, and 7th, Georgia College has scored.
And can Dunning get the last out Wingate needs? He's got to face Purcell. And ball 1.
Man, has the strike zone disappeared or what?
I don't know, maybe it got washed away.
Might have. I mean, these Wingate pitchers are struggling to find the zone at all. And they just need 1 more out to go to the bottom of the 8th.
And the 1-0, same spot, 2-0.
Now, Wingate is the home team, as you mentioned earlier, Gray. They will get the bat here in the bottom of the 8th, and then they'll have 1 more chance in the bottom of the 9th. But look at the tallest ask ahead of them, 11-3 score here in game number 1 in Tigerville, day number 2 of this Southeast Regional.
Here comes a 2-0. High and inside, 3-0.
Man.
3rd different reliever that Wingate has sent to the mound this inning, and Doolittle didn't record an out, so Big trouble spot for him. And that's ball
Wow.
4.
I don't know what it is, but these Wingate pitchers can't even find the zone. Can't even get a strike to fall. They might have to just slow it down a ton and see if they can just find the zone and then work it back up, work that speed back up, and just slow it down and see if they can find it at all, because right now they are not.
That's the 4th walk this inning by Wingate pitchers. Prior to this, they had 3 in the last 7 innings. And now here is the center fielder. This is Maddox. And how about that, a strike? Like with the sun reappearing, so has the strike zone.
How about that?
Maddox today is singled and walked. And how about the sun is out too, after all that rain. And there's strike 2. Got him to chase a slider.
He sure did, and a big swing there, and no contact at all. So a 0-2 count. One more strike to end the inning.
And the 0-2. Doesn't offer downstairs. It'll be ball 1.
A little bit low on that one. Again, Georgia College does have a runner on first and second. One of those in scoring position, obviously. A base hit would make it 12-3.
A 1-2. Misses downstairs. 2-2.
Two's all the way across. Number 2 at the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
See if we can do it. 2-2. Strong called strike 3. Wow.
We'll take it.
Maddox goes down on strikes. The side is retired. Georgia College, though, a 3-run double from, that was Womack.
It was.
3 runs on 1 hit, no errors, and they leave 2 on. We'll head to the bottom of the 8th. Due up for Wingate, now down 11-3. We'll have Schneider, Brown, and Wynn when he come back here on the Southeast Regional on the North Greenville Sports Network. Back here for the bottom of the 8th. Schneider will lead off the bottom of the 8th for Wingate. Schneider for the game, 1 for 3 with a single back all the way in the 3rd.
First pitch, first strike. We'll take it.
And Bradley Kamek still out there on the mound. Georgia College, they've only gone to their bullpen once.
That's right. And you think about it, Kamek came in, Gray, before the rain delay, and as long as that inning just now lasted, he's probably it's probably been an hour since he's pitched.
Yeah, and he just skipped one about 3 feet short.
You'll see that.
Off his catcher.
This is 70.
He's getting up there, too. He's at 70.
I didn't realize he was at that many. He sure is, though.
Yeah, Wingate chased the starter for Georgia College 2 2/3 in again. Schneider fouls one off, 1-2 count.
Kamek's done a good job. He really has.
2-2 offering. Outside. And that is ball 4.
Well, you saw him throw that first pitch strike, but since that, he could not locate it. Again, it might have something to do with him not pitching in an hour, just a give or take. That rain delay was every bit of 30 minutes, Gray, maybe longer. And then that last half inning was see, about as long as the rain delay.
Yeah, no kidding. That's with that leadoff walk to Schneider, that's the 5th walk this inning. He had 4 in the top, and now
Bradley Brown, is that right?
he got 1 there to Schneider, and now this is Bradley Brown. Brown today, 0 for 3.
The senior trying to get something going. He's not been able to hit the ball well. Uh-oh.
And he'll send one to straightaway center. This is shallow enough it will drop for a base hit. Brown's aboard with a single, and Wingate in business here with nobody out.
Well, there's his first hit of the game, and man, they trail by a big margin, 11-3. 8-run game. So they've got to start now. Not much time to go, Gray.
Next up is Trent Wynn. He's been caught out he singled twice, but he's been caught out on a 6-4-3 double play both times, and walked his last time up in the 6th.
So Georgia State 6 outs away from ending the ball. Excuse me, Georgia College, I apologize. 6 outs away from ending the ball game.
Now fly ball to shallow left this time. Left fielder going to call for it. And Stallings has it, 1 away.
There's the first out of the inning for Georgia College.
We'll bring up Andrew Llewellyn, who is 0 for 3. And his last time up, he struck out swinging. I'll bring a pitch runner in here for Brown, it looks like, the DH. Yeah, and here they're over the PA system. They'll bring the righty freshman, Justin Guy, in to pitch run at first, again for the DH Brown. And ball 1 into Llewellyn.
The junior came into this game hitting .273, so if this is the last game for the Bulldogs, he will stay right below that 300 mark.
And a big rip and a miss for strike 1.
Was a big, big swing. As you mentioned, Gray, the sun back out here in Tigerville. A nice little crowd still up above on top of the hill behind the backstop.
And we might get to the end of this one yet. That one fouled off. That would call a piece of the catcher.
Umpire's going to walk out and respect the catcher, just as the catcher would if the umpire got hit. So he'll go out and call time for just a moment.
And that one caught Purcell in the upper chest, maybe even the face mask.
Now it's going to take some more time cleaning the plate off. Gotta love game of baseball. Just so neat to watch it. Same thing happens to the umpire. The catcher will do the same.
1-2 count here to Llewellyn. And the offering popped up first base side, and this is out of play.
Looked like for a moment it might stay in, but it drifted right behind the third base dugout, so that'll keep the count at 1-2.
Offer to the plate, a 1-2. Outside, 2-2. Wingate's going to have a nice couple of sustained innings. The offering into right field. This one going back, and it is in foul territory and just out of reach of Womack.
Womack was chasing, and it went right on the other side of the fence, and he reached for it, just could not get the glove underneath it. But a nice effort by Womack, who's got to be one of the candidates for player of the game today for Georgia College. He has been so good, especially on offense.
Yeah, home run, 3 RBI double last time up.
Yeah.
It's his number, 3-run home run, 3 RBI double. And a 2-2. Good battle going on here at the plate. Another one fouled away by Llewellyn.
Yeah, Llewellyn really battling and doing a good job of getting that pitch count up and seeing if he can stay alive.
Already up to 8 pitches of this at bat. On the way. And ball 3.
About that. Full count once again. 1 out. And it is 2:15. Just over 3 hours of baseball played, including the delay.
And a dribbler to deep short. They'll go to third.
Wow.
And they do get the lead runner.
How about that play by Cal Gentry, the shortstop sophomore, to pick it up, track it down, and throw it all the way down to third. And that was a very nice play to get that second out, to get that lead runner as well. Still 2 runners on the base path.
I'll turn things over to Zach Little, who is searching for his first hit here in this elimination game. A pair of ground outs, one of them into a double play and a fly out to right.
Yeah, for Wingate to get back in this thing, Gray, they're going to have a big hit, a big home run to cut the lead. It's just such a big lead right now. They're really going to have a giant comeback, and if Zach Little could help us chase out here and put it over the wall, that'd be big. Only 1 home run on the season for him.
Well, he's jumped ahead in the count 1-0. And there's a strike.
So a 1-1 count now. Still 2 runners on for the Bulldogs. Nice lead by both Bulldog runners.
The next offering, a chopper right to first. And that will be an easy out for Miller, and the side is retired. So far, Wingate, no runs on 1 hit. No errors. And 2 left on for the Bulldogs. Still at least 1 more inning to go. We'll go to the top of the 9th for Georgia College. They lead 11-3. Gentry, Stallings, and Green due up. Georgia College very nearly batted around in the 8th, so that'll be due up for the Bobcats as they lead by 8 here as we make our way to the 9th on the North Greenville Sports Network. Back here for the top of the ninth as new pitcher on the mound for Wingate yet again. And the first pitch drives it to short. And one pitch, one out here for number 20. The right-handed senior from Troy, North Carolina. This is Hunter Hamilton, Cole.
Hunter Hamilton is the new pitcher, right-handed pitcher. You mentioned senior, 6 foot tall, 205 pounds from Troy, North Carolina, West Montgomery. And Hunter Hamilton, we will get some stats on him coming into this game with a 5.16 ERA, a 2-3 win-loss record, 12 appearances, 12 games started, 59 innings pitched, allowed 77 hits, 48 runs, 34 of those earned.
And he'll smash one deep to left, and that is a foul ball.
20 walks for Hamilton and 27 strikeouts.
So needless to say, Stallings and Womack have been the two power hitters today. Womack 6 RBIs. Stallings does have 3. I believe that is 3. As he has homered today, doubled and walked. And he gets hit. That'll put Stallings aboard.
Now batting, third baseman, number 1, Garrett Green.
And actually, no, Stallings should only have 2 RBIs. He scored on a error. He and Gentry both scored on that error back in the second. But still. Now here's the third baseman, Garrett Green. Green today has walked, scored a run, and reached on an error. So he'll take ball 1.
So a 1-0 count, 1 out. Top of the 9th inning, the Bulldogs do get a chance way inside on that pitch. But
Yeah,
the Bulldogs
look
get
out.
one more chance in the bottom half, Gray. I don't know if they'll be able to mount it. It's going to be a tall task.
Yeah, it's going to be really, really tough to try and pull some Chicago Cubs magic during the rain delay of the World Series, but I think there's a little bit more ground to make up this time.
That's right.
A 2-0. Up high, 3-0. Line up. And strike 1. The 3-1. Swung on, ball 4, popped up in the infield. Second baseman calling for it.
I mean, a sky shot, Gray.
And he'll grab it. Mellett hangs on to it. 2 away. Now this will bring up Holler, who pitch hit for Davis, as we are to the DH spot for Georgia College. Holler struck out swinging back in the 8th.
Brendan Holler.
And first offering, low and away, ball 1.
So 1-0 count. Bulldogs are out away from heading to the bottom of the 9th. Trying to make sure their season doesn't end, but as we talked about, it's going to be tough.
A low pitch swung on, lifted into center field. That'll drop for a base hit.
Ty Andrus fields it, and what a game he's had. Even though the Bulldogs are going to most likely lose this game, Gray, what a performance he's had in center field.
Yeah,
At the plate, too.
He's put together a good consistent streak after flying out in the first inning. He's singled 3 straight times, so he's given his team opportunities. Getting on base, that's all you can ask for. Now we're back to the top of the order for Nate Schmall. Schmall today reached on an error, has grounded out to first, been hit by a pitch, and has scored 3 runs himself today and walked twice. First offering to him. Ball 1. Georgia College isn't falling for the breaking balls anymore. You're going to have to try and pick something else out of the selection. 1-0. Popped up third base side and into the batting cages. Strike 1.
North Greenville trying to make sure they don't get hit over there. As both teams, North Greenville is set to play in just a hopefully not too long, but getting ready over there down the third base line along with Columbus State. One count, Gray.
Offering on the way and foul down the first base side.
Strike away.
All right, here we go. Hamilton waiting. Now draw set. Offers a 1-2. And fouled away. Long time to relay that signal in.
No doubt.
And here we go. Well, a liner into left field. That drops. Georgia College getting waved home as there goes Stallings. Here comes the throw. It's cut off. And Georgia College adds another. Stallings will score. And it's 12-3.
12-3. They're pouring it on.
So turn things over to the first baseman, Matthew Miller. It was walked today, singled, and 2 runs scored. First offering to Miller. Skips off the catcher. He'll track it down. Nobody able to move up, but it's ball 1.
So 1-0 count now.
Let me ask you this trivia question. When was the last time we had a first pitch strike from Wingate?
A what?
Oh, yeah.
What does that mean?
There's a 1-0. Lined up the middle into center field. And there goes number 17, Holler, getting waved home. Here comes the throw. It's cut off again. And it's 13-3.
13-3, Georgia College. Not stopping anytime soon. And the sad thing is, Gray, Wingate just an out away from getting out of the inning. They just cannot get that out. And now we're going to have...
We're going to the bullpen again.
Yeah, Jeff Gregory will come out, and we'll have somebody else to come in and say, hey, can you at least get us 1 out? That's all we need, just 1 out if you're Wingate.
And so Hamilton's day is done.
Didn't last long, did it?
No, it didn't. Let's take a look at what all Wingate has sent to the mound here. You started with Turgeon. He was a starter, went 6 2/3, but ever since then it has been a third of an inning from Lane Wildman, 2/3 from Josh Karkland. No official innings pitched by Doolittle as he did not record an out. Danny Dunning went a third. And here's Hamilton at 2/3.
And trying to get a number on the new pitcher for the Bulldogs. That is going to be number 30. And that will be Riley Edwards, the freshman.
Edwards with a .84. Yes, a 0.84 ERA. No wins, no losses. This will be his 13th appearance, and through 10 2/3, he's given up 8 hits, 1 run. It was earned. He's walked 10 and struck out 11.
Has not pitched a lot. Riley Edwards, number 30. Freshman, 6'2", 190, lefty, out of Hickory, North Carolina.
And it'll be interesting to see what Wingate has left in the tank.
Just need an out.
Yeah, they did. They did the same in the 8th. Let's see here. We've seen Turgeon. He started. We haven't seen David Nash. He's listed as a pitcher. Brent Branton can also pitch. Haven't seen Hunter Dula. We've seen Karkland. We've seen Hamilton. We haven't seen Riley Eisenhower. I think we saw Alex Rodriguez in their first game against Belmont Abbey. We've seen Hunter Morgan today, and haven't seen Nick Stegman. So I think we haven't seen 4 pitchers on the Wingate roster that are listed, and we did see Jimmy Doolittle and Wildman. And this last out that Wingate needs, the next man up, is going to be Wesley Womack for Georgia College. In this inning, it's been the Bobcats are on a 3 straight single run, and with Womack up, who is doubled and homered today, pretty good chance it's going to continue.
That's pretty good, isn't it? 6 RBIs in one game.
Well, all they need's 1. See if Edwards can get it done.
Runners on first and second.
And ball 1. Here's a 1-0. And the turf, 2-0.
A double steal, if you will, and Georgia College now with 2 runners in scoring position for Womack.
Boy, no fear. They just sent Schmall and Miller.
Yep. So Womack is 2 for 5 right now, but he could help his chances out here. And
he gets 6 at bats in a game.
well, think about this. Womack has 6 RBIs. A base hit will give him 8, most likely.
Yeah.
In one game.
Only 8.
Only 8 RBIs in one game.
Next offering to him. Strike 1.
Good pitch right there. Let's see if Wingate can get out of this thing.
Yeah, and Womack himself, he almost has 50% of the offense for Georgia College. Swung on up high, driven to deep center. Going back is Andrus, and he'll have it.
Yeah, Ty Andrus has had a great game, and Andrus finally makes that last out, and we'll head to the bottom of the 9th, Gray.
Georgia College, 2 runs on 3 hits. That is the 5th straight inning they have scored a run. They have not stopped scoring since the 5th. 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and 2 left on for the Bobcats. They lead Wingate by 10, 13-3. The Bulldogs down to their final 3 outs of the season. Bryant, Branton, and Andrus due up when we come back here in the bottom of the 9th on the North Greenville Sports Network. Back here for the bottom of the ninth. Wingate needs to make up 10 runs. They're down to their final 3 outs of the season. And to try and close things out here, number 23, Matt Studdard, a right-handed sophomore out of Conyers, Georgia, will be on the mound to finish it out for Georgia College. So the long relief effort from number 3, Bradley Kamick, is done, and Kamick goes 5 1/3, gives up 5 hits but no runs, walked 2, struck out 4, no extra base hits allowed, and he will go 87 pitches. So here's Studdard. Try and finish it out for Georgia College. He's got to deal with Bryant, Branton, and Andrus. And ball 1. When's the last time anybody had a first pitch strike? Well, 1-0, inside 2-0. Studdard with a 4.83 ERA, 4 wins, 1 loss. This will be his 18th appearance, and through 54 innings, he's given up 36 runs, 29 earned, walked 11, and struck out 42. And he is in danger of losing Bryant here behind 3-0. And there is the strike zone, strike 1. Ball 4, missing low and inside. That will walk Bryant. Bryant 2 for 3 today with a double, a run scored, and a single. Now add a walk to the stat sheet. And here's a shortstop, Brent Brenton. He has reached on a fielder's choice on his only time aboard today. Got stranded at third. And ball 1. First baseman Miller coming over to encourage him, and here comes the home plate umpire. I'm trying to say, boys, hurry up. We got 2 more games to go. And on a line into center field, that'll drop, and Wingate in business in the bottom of the ninth. They got 2 on with nobody out. Bryant walks, Branton singles, and Ty Andrus next man up. 3 straight singles in the 3rd, the 5th, and the 7th. Andrus 2 home runs, 20 RBIs, slugging percentage with a .392. And strike 1 whistled by him. Of course, Georgia College could just as quickly turn this one around. They have turned 2 double plays today. There's ball 1. Oh my gosh, I just realized we had a first pitch strike. Here's a 1-1. And there is ball 2. Here comes the infield and looks like a head coach for Georgia College. Nobody throwing in the bullpen. They do have 2 guys up, but no bullpen catchers. Hope that home plate umpire was wearing his Fitbit today. He's getting the steps running back and forth to the mound. Nobody out for Wingate here in the bottom of the ninth. They got 2 on at first and second. Andrus, the man at the plate, hammers one to left, and right to the left fielder Stallings, 1 away. Georgia College 2 outs away from advancing on here in the Southeast Regional. They would, if the result holds, they would take on the loser of the next game between NGU and Columbus State. Loser, season's over. Wingate a close loss yesterday in 10 innings against Belmont Abbey 5-4, and getting outrun today by Georgia College 13-3. There was ball 1 to the second baseman, McCann Mellett. Has homered today, and there's 1 for 4. There's a strike. And held off a ball 2. It is ball 1. And beautiful curveball finds his own strike 3 on that 1-2 count. Froze him looking. And that is 2 away. Wingate down to their last out in the hopes of the third baseman, Tyler Schneider, who has walked his last time up. Struck out swinging. He singled back in the third and is grounded out. And he'll send this one to left field, back to the fence, and a foul ball. He didn't miss it by much. And that was a long, long strike 1. The 0-1 to Schneider. Strike 2. And this is the season for Wingate. 0-2 to Schneider, 2 away. Here's the offering. Waste pitch up high. Schneider doesn't chase. Ball 1. Now the 1-2 misses upstairs again, 2-2. Be willing to bet he's not going to try up high again. Here's a 2-2. Strike 3. Got him swinging. And Georgia College hammers Wingate. The Bulldogs are eliminated. Georgia College survives to advance to see another day. No runs on 1 hit. No errors. 2 left on for Wingate as their season comes to an end, and they will finish it with a 34-19 record, 17-10 out of the South Atlantic. Georgia College will pick up win number 44 on the season, and they finished with a 26-4 record in the Peach Belt. And so they will advance, the Bobcats will, to take on the winner, or the loser, of the game that's up next between North Greenville University and Columbus State University. The loser of that will take on Georgia College tomorrow at 11. And so that does it for Game 1, and that is the season for Wingate. They still had a valiant effort here in this game. Georgia College did break open the scoring, though, as we look at the line score. The Bobcats struck first, 2 runs in the second. Wingate would answer with 3 in the bottom of the third. Georgia College responds in the top of the fifth with 3. Then they score 1 in the sixth, 2 in the seventh, 3 in the eighth, 2 in the ninth. Georgia College, 13 runs on 12 hits, no errors. Wingate, all 3 runs coming in the bottom of the third. They have 3 runs on 11 hits, 2 errors. Ty Andrus, 3 singles. He'll go 3 for 5 with an RBI and a run scored. McCann Millett, 1 for 4 with 2 RBIs on a home run and a run scored. And Tyler Schneider goes 1 for 4. Bradley Brown, 1 for 4. Trent Wynn, 2 for 3. And Jed Bryant goes 2 for 3 with a run scored. Brett Brenton, 1 for 4. And that wraps up the hitting for Wingate. Austin Turgeon charged with the loss. He'll drop to 5 and 4 overall, as it was a busy day for the Wingate bullpen and not a very good one, as they did not have a pitcher go more than an full inning apart from Turgon. Wildman with a third, Kirkland with 2/3, Doolittle could not get an out. Dunning goes a third, and Hamilton goes 2/3. Now over to Georgia College's side of things, as we have Nate Schmall going 1 for 3, 2 runs scored and an RBI. He walked twice. Matthew Miller, 2 for 5 with 2 runs scored and an RBI. He walked. Wesley Womack, the big man on campus for Georgia College, 2 for 6 with 2 runs scored and, count 'em up, 6 RBIs with a double and a home run. Brandon Purcell goes 1 for 3 with an RBI and a run scored. He had a triple. Logan Maddox, 1 for 4 with an RBI. He walked. Cal Gentry goes 1 for 5 with a run scored. Brant Stallings, good day for him, 2 for 3 with 3 runs scored. Garrett Green, 1 for 4 with a run scored. And Brendan Holler, pitch hitting for John Davis, goes 1 for 2. Bradley Kamak will pick up the win. That's his 13th. He'll improve to 13 and 2 overall after taking over from Trevor Guthrie after Guthrie got chased after 2 2/3. And so your player of the game award here for game 1 will go to, you probably guessed it, Wesley Womack. This 2 for 6 performance and 6 RBIs with a double and a home run. He had just under 50% of his team's offensive production today for Georgia College, and he helps his Bobcats advance to tomorrow afternoon. Coming up next, it's a game we've been waiting for here in Tigerville. North Greenville Crusaders, 44-8 overall, sweeping the regular season and conference championship in the Conference Carolinas, will take on Columbus State, as Columbus State defeated UNC Pembroke yesterday 8-2. And so we got a pair of 40-plus win teams. North Greenville 44-8, Columbus State 41-12, coming up in right around 60 minutes. Well, stick around. We'll be right back here on the North Greenville Sports Network.